Okay, so if you're on this webpage and you see the term piano orchestra and you think, what on earth is that? You've come to the right place, right? So the word piano orchestra is actually something we created here at Music Pillars because we wanted to do the following. We wanted to, number one, we wanted to give our intermediate and more advanced piano students a larger platform in which they can perform and showcase their abilities. We also wanted to get our more advanced students to learn and experience playing together in an ensemble setting, right? So as pianists, we spend a lot of time in the cave, a lot of time in the piano cave. We work on our solos, right? And sometimes we miss out on the ensemble experience. Number three, we wanted to provide live music for our musical theater productions instead of playing to tracks. And number four, we wanted to have our pianists play their parts on digital instruments, digital pianos, so then they would then mimic the sounds of the orchestra and therefore try to recreate the orchestra in their playing. So obviously, as I said, piano students, we spend a lot of time in the cave, right, honing our craft. And there's some good things about that. You can also solo on your own, right? As a pianist, you don't even need other musicians to quote unquote play something. But there are some real drawbacks to that. So here's just a few of those drawbacks. And one of the reasons why we try to have all of our pianists do some type of ensemble playing, not just solo. Number one, when piano players do that, they never learn how to play with other musicians or vocalists, which is tragic because as a pianist, even if you are one of the top, in the top 1% of players in the world, you are going to spend at least half your time playing with others, okay? And so to never learn how to do that is really, really sad. Number two, what we wanted to do is we wanted the endless solo time can leave even the most introverted and love my cave piano player, it can leave them wanting for more of a social experience, right? So unfortunately, students that have become good at it, then they get a little bit older and social things become more important, and then they quit right around the time that they actually start becoming somewhat functional on the piano. That's a real shame because there's just not enough social experience in it for them. It's just boring. So another thing is that piano students do not learn how to listen to others in an ensemble while they're playing their own instrument. I have seen this before. They actually develop what I call like tunnel hearing. They may be playing with others, but they're not listening to anybody else in the ensemble. They may be 20 decibels louder than the whole and just playing along, not listening at all. So even though they're playing with other people, they're not actually listening. So that's another thing we want to have all piano players have an experience and get better at. So the piano orchestra does the following, right? It gives students an opportunity to still solo. They still solo through the piano orchestra in front of hundreds of audience members, a much larger platform than if they just go to a piano recital. Number two, it really helps them listen and play better with other musicians. It also provides very challenging music, and it's typically in keys, and especially in musical theater, keys that many of these students have never even seen before, much less played. And it also gives them a fun and social experience to work and play with other musicians that are like-minded and are capable also. So if any of this sounds of interest to you, please click on the link. We'd love to see you come audition for one of our piano orchestras.